going on, Jerome's? Happy Saturday. It's a beautiful day for some Vikings mock draft action, right? So, Kwesi, it's the most important offseason in team history since last offseason. That's how it usually goes, man. But as we always do with our mock drafts, we like laying out what could and should happen in free agency and in the offseason leading up to the draft. Because that's important. It's like, well, what about draft needs? Well, it's greatly shaped by what you do in free agency, huh? Yeah, so here's our outline. So Darnold tagged and traded to the Raiders for a third and some change. And that's the line of demarcation because he leaves in free agency. Comp pick could be a third rounder in 2026. But also the Vikings are going to pile drive free agency, so that could be a moot point. If you can get value now, not only is it better because you have it immediately now, but also you may not have it next year, which is no big deal. Re-signed Daniel Jones to back up J.J. McCarthy. Re-signed Bynum, Reisner, and Byron Murphy leave. Greg Bradbury is cut. He gone. Harrison Smith returns. Gilly retires. So that's in-house guys. Also, Cam Akers and Aaron Jones back. So, the Vikings running back room, I mean, you're still going to partake in this draft class, but Jones and Akers back, that'd be huge. Then open free agents. Finally found the love of a lifetime. Trey Smith, we got him at right guard. Ryan Kelly, the veteran, still has some really good football left in him at center, but also you want some estate planning there. Left guard is open as of right now, so it'd be like Brandel and Juergens and, I don't know, maybe Ed Ingram competing. Maybe Walter Rouse reducing inside. Who knows? Osa Odigizua, instant pressure along the defensive line. Calais Campbell, the veteran who still has great football left in him. So he's going to be at that 5-tech leadership, compressing the pocket, all that stuff. And, well, that's not for the future. This is literally the definition of Moneyball. Getting just the last little bit out of a player for a relative bargain, which was what Calais Campbell's going to be. Then in the cornerback room, so Murphy's gone, Gilly is gone, Shaq is gone, but you still got Rasul Douglas, the interception machine, as well as Mike Hilton, which Mike Hilton's been one of my favorite slot corners for years now. All right, so getting him at a reduced rate is going to be very, very important. So the Vikings' needs right now, I mean, you're going to freshen up both of the lines. Quarterback seems like more of a pressing need right now. You still want to take part in the running back room, so let's get going. All right, so now, like we said, we are doing a trade. Let's bring this on screen. Enhance. We did a tag and trade with the Raiders. So got a third round pick as well as some change. Sam Darnold. We're going to force this trade. Also, they finally took away our 7th rounder. That's right. We're going to take the 6 and these 2 late picks as part of the deal here. So enhance. Force trade. There you go. All right, so the Vikings tag and trade Sam Darnold, and let's start this draft. Kick the tires, light the fires, Big Daddy. Woo! Good times, man. All right, so now, let's see if we can get more of this on screen. Stupid Eagles and their stupid faces. All right, so what the hell happened here? Cam Ward at 1, Shedeur Sanders 2, Hunter at 3, Tet goes to the Patriots. Interesting that quarterbacks go 1-2. Given the Browns' cap situation, I honestly think that they should probably take a quarterback, but, I mean, they have to be sold. But also, I don't know if Dion lets Shedeur go to Cleveland. Yeah. Carter falls all the way to the Jets. Wow. Mason Graham goes to the Raiders. All right, so Mason Graham, Wilkins, and if they keep Max Crosby, that's really damn good, man. LB3 to the Saints, Simmons to the Bears. Finally, they make a good pick. Genty goes to the Colts. Whatever. Ain't going to happen. Tyler Warren goes to the Cardinals. Again, that's the drawback about some of these mock drafts things where the players who are going to go ahead of 24 probably go, but not to the right spots. Like, why got to take Genty when we got Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Why got to take Tyler Warren when we got Trey McBride? Unless those are you're in 2 tight end sets. It's the new Gronk and the other guy. I don't know. Stewart. Blah, 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 blah. So roughly. Walter Nolan to the Steelers. I like that. a lot. Michael Williams goes to the Chargers. I'm surprised they didn't take a receiver. And Scorton goes to the Packers. So the Vikings sitting here chilling, man. So there's a lot of players that I love in this spot. Kenneth Grant, Tyleek Williams, Zabel, Omarion Hampton. We haven't taken Hampton in one of these things. And, Grant is one of my guys. So Grant is one of my guys along with Walter Nolan as well as Tyler Booker. Now, Booker, they're really down on Booker. I don't know why. Booker is a set it and forget it type player, and a guy that you're going to be fine with. But, man, Omarion Hampton is just a mofo. He's just a dude, man. We got some trade offers. I don't want to move down too far. Titans at 35, that seems like too far. Although, what can I get? Oh, they don't have a second rounder, so it's whatever anyway. Titans, Jaguars. All right, so, wait, no. Sorry, the 35 is their second rounder. I'm an idiot. They don't have a third rounder. That's what I meant to say. Jaguars. Oh, yeah. The Jaguars have our third round pick. So it's going to cost you, Chief. Oh. All right. So not thrilled about moving down, but also wouldn't be the end of the world because we can get back our a high third round pick as well as a fourth rounder. But do we want to move down that far? No. You know what? I'm just going to have fun with my damn draft because that's what we need to do. Omarion Hampton, you are an MF and Viking. Woo! Kind of like, I honestly think that Omarion Hampton, the gap between him and Janty isn't that far. And even though this is a very, very good running back class, I'm not mad at this one. So we're up on the clock again at 73. All right, so Maxwell Hairston, I think is going to go a lot higher than this. He's an absolute stud. Arroyo is there as well. Izzy Thomas at 73. I mean, we may just have to. Emin Wari is down this far. Wow. Deion Walker, of course, is a monster. We know as well. We got a couple trade offers. Well, one to move down to 95. No, they don't have enough. All right, so this one. It's a toss-up between Hairston and Thomas. And we said, like, it's cornerback is definitely going to be a bit more of a priority, given what shook out in our free agency. So you have Murph leaving, but you did bring in Rasul Douglas and Mike Hilton. Now, Hilton, wrong side of 30, Rasul Douglas getting up there as well, but having that true blue young guy. All right, so Hairston or Thomas. And Thomas has that length of press man ability. It really is a bit of a toss-up in this spot. Hairston, I respect the hell out of. He had a great Senior Bowl week as well. Same thing with Thomas, but I'm going to go with Ezra Thomas. We're going to go in that direction. Because Thomas is 6'2". He's a $190. He's only 20 years old right now, so long runway for his development and his career. 77.9 PFF coverage grade, 0 touchdowns. Goose egg D'Angelo Russell allowed in 2024. 5 passes broken up and a pick. 50.2 quarterback rating when thrown at, which is good. Which is very good. Also, Senior Bowl standout. So, Ezra Thomas, you are a Minnesota fighting Viking. Woo! Kind of like that. That's huge. I don't expect Hairston or Thomas to be there at 73, but more than happy that that's how it worked out. So now we're back up. Makuba. I kind of just want to take Makuba there. Jared Wilson is there chilling, just winking at us. Man, we got tough decisions. We really do. So we are back up at 139. That's a normal pick. Man, Makuba is just a heat-seeking miss on the back end of that defense. So he just completely change the game in terms of the back end of that defense. And it did resign Bynum. Yeah. If you hadn't re-signed Bynum, I feel like Makuba would be the pick. But do you just take dudes? Because it is pretty damn close. And I do love me some, Jared Wilson, Jordan Phillips, Wilson Phillips. I would love you so for always. I mean, do we just take our fun picks? Nah, we've had enough fun. I think Jared Wilson is going to be that dude who can be your starting center. Now, yeah, I do have some concerns about him being a one-year wonder, but also, I mean, Georgia's interior offensive line for years has been deep as hell. But he's 6'3", 310, 84.9 PFF pass block grade last year, 6 pressures, 0 sacks. Good punch, plays with good leverage, adequate anchor as well. And he's a guy that can compete at one of the guard spots before taking over for Ryan Kelly at center. So even though Makuba would be the really fun pick, we got to stick with the meat and potatoes. We got Jared Wilson in this spot. Also considered Phillips. But I still think that we can hit on a nose tackle a little bit later on in this draft. Ooh. So you got Hampton and Mullings together. That would be Mike Tyson's punch out. Just completely just burnering things. I would love that, man. Etienne, Shamar Turner is there just chilling. Let's see. Kobe, CJ West could go down that road. But I do think that the no-brainer draft pick right now is Shamar Turner, right? So all the Shamars, Shamar Stewart, Shamar Turner from Texas A&M. But Turner is 6'4", 300, 57 pressures, 10 sacks over the last 2 seasons. High pass rushing motor, can really get after things, and can be a catalyst along the defensive line. So, again, recapping. Osa and Calais Campbell, and now you're getting Shamar Turner here in the 5th round. I think that's really good value as the Vikings look to build a bully on that side of the ball. Next, this is going to be really controversial because Donald Fortune is there, and we already got Thomas. I think we're good to go. This is going to be really controversial because I kind of just want to go get my guy. I mean, because I absolutely do have a crush on Jamari Caldwell. But his ADP is 194. Probably doesn't get to 217. Don't really feel. Well, we got trade offers. 217, 194. Nah. I'm just gonna take my guy at 160 here. All right. So Jeremy Caldwell is an absolute just like sawed off nose tackle. Like he's 6'2". He's 342. Played at Houston, Oregon. A space-eating nose tackle. Good first step. Flashes as a pass rusher as well. And I think that he and Taki Taami, the true 2 nose tackles on the Vikings, which is ironic because Taki was also at Oregon. But just giving size and girth on the inside and being able to move Harrison Phillips to the 5 tech, I think that'll be really important. So Vikings in that 5th round, doubling down on that D line. I love it, baby. I love everything about what's going on. All right, next. All right, so in the 6th round, we aren't usually here. Do we take Fairchild? All right, so Fairchild is the other of the interior offensive lineman for Georgia. It doesn't get as much press as Tate Ratledge or Jared Wilson, but I do think that Fairchild, given his size and ability, I think that he can develop at minimum into a really solid swing backup, maybe someone who adds a little bit of competition for one of the interior spots as well. So I'm taking Fairchild in the 6th. No muss, no fuss. And then we got a 7th round pick. I don't know. Do we treat this as a do we treat this as a UDFA or whatever? I mean, we certainly could. Let's see who's available. Wide receiver. Brew McCoy, I guess. Moose is there too. But I'm going to take a safety because we did have Akuba up there in the 3rd round, and we're considering it, but just Malachi Moore, physical, tough as hell. Definitely sets the tone in the back end of the defense. You'll be a plus special teamer as well. Getting him in the 7th round is monster value. Like Malachi Moore plays the way Shiloh Sanders wants to play. Sorry, Shiloh Sanders wants to play. Yeah. So Malachi Moore, welcome on in. You are a Viking, baby. Really happy with how this thing turned out. So again, recapping what the hell happened. Darnold tagged and trade to the Raiders. We got a 3, a 6, and a 7, I believe. Daniel Jones is back. Cam Beasley is back in the building for the Vikings. Murph, Reisner, Bradbury, they gone. Harrison is back. Gill retires. Cam Akers, Aaron Jones back in the running back room. And then Trey Smith and Ryan Kelly along the offensive line. Osa and Calais on the D-line. And Rasul Douglas and Mike Hilton at corner. And then this draft, baby. This draft. So Amarian Hampton is going to be that dude. A 3-down, power back, good receiver as well. And I honestly think that Amarian Hampton could change the game. Like, is he a perfect scheme fit for what the Vikings want to do? No. Caleb Johnson would be that guy. Arian Foster, Jason. But Amarian Hampton, he has a chance to be very, very special. The Vikings obviously going to run a lot more power with Hampton and bring it. Ezra Thomas, lengthy cornerback on the outside, is going to be great for that cornerback room. So now you have Rasul. Murph is gone. Gilly gone. Rasul Douglas, Mike Hilton in the slot. You got Azrael Thomas on the outside. You got Mekhi Blackman, who could start. And same thing with Nudie McLaughlin. I kind of like that cornerback room. And then in the trenches, you got Jared Wilson and Dylan Fairchild, 2 teammates from Georgia. Georgia, competing with Michael Juergens and Walter Rouse and Ed Ingram potentially, Ryan Kelly, Trey Smith as your 2 starters. So everyone else going for one other spot, plus Jared Wilson as your future starting center over Ryan Kelly. And then Shamar Turner and Jamari Caldwell. Yeah, we got dinged for a bad grade for Reacher for Caldwell. Don't care. I needed him. So Caldwell, space-eating nose tackle. Shamar Turner, get up and go, type penetrating defensive tackle. Also, you got Osa and Calais. I mean, you're ready to rock and roll along the defensive line, baby. And Malachi Moore, hard-hitting safety from Alabama to wrap things up. I kind of like what the hell happened here. Of course, I kind of have to because it's my mock draft. Anyways, that's it. Your thoughts? You guys are the best. Skull, production value.